Pregame.com.
New York Jets at the Oakland Raiders. I'm here, Marco D'Angelo, with Stephen Nover. Stephen, who do you like in this game and why?
Raiders.
You like the Raiders? We're gonna have some fun in this video. Tell me why you like the Raiders.
First home game. Finally, their home opener. I think they're much improved, Marco. I think their defensive front seven is very underrated. I think they have a tremendous running back, Darren McFadden. He's by far the best skill position player on the field. Cross-country trip for the Jets. Jets 2-0, but not playing real well. If you happen to like the Jets, and I'm interested to hear your counter to this, you have to be very concerned about their ground game. And Mark Sanchez is not going to win you games. They need a good ground game, and that ground game is going to be further eroded with Nick Mangold, maybe the best center in the NFL, high ankle sprain. He's saying he's playing, but I would be very surprised if he plays.
Well, first of all, last week I was on Oakland. I got a win by the point spread at the end of the week. I got a push in that game in the Hilton contest, as the Raiders lost at the end of the game. Just probably the best game I've seen this year in the NFL so far, Buffalo-Oakland. And nobody would have thought at the beginning of the week, beginning of the season, that you'd be using those two, excuse me, in that comparison. But everybody that was on Buffalo last week is going to be on Oakland this week for all the reasons you just said. The cross-country trip for the Jets, that's what they said last week in going against Oakland. They were playing, an early game on the East Coast, Oakland, Buffalo. Oakland's coming off a Monday night game, all that stuff. The fact is, this defense is not good for Oakland. We're seeing the effects of the losses they had, with the defensive back now in Philadelphia. When Fitzpatrick looks like an all-pro, ready to go to Canton against that secondary, Mark Sanchez is going to have success today. Also, I do not like a game where a team had to lead the whole way and loses at the end. When you lose a gut-wrenching loss like that, to me, it's like going out and getting drunk. You're hungover in the morning. It's going to be a negative carryover for the Raiders. I like the Jets. This is a team, the first week of the season, they were lucky to win against Dallas. Everybody knows that. They should have lost. And everybody's going to dismiss the fact that they played Jacksonville last week. This is a good team. They're a better defensive team than Buffalo is. Jason Campbell is not going to go 23 of 33 for 323 yards. If you ever say a stat that includes Jason Campbell in those numbers and they lost, it's just not going to happen. I like the Jets. I like them a lot here.
Well, Jets are the better team, but you're talking, laying more than a field goal on the road. The problem with Oakland, Marco, is that situation that they had. That is the worst situation I've ever heard in NFL history. The Raiders had to play Monday night on the road, right? Monday night on the road. Then they had to travel cross-country for an early start time. Now, that's 2 days of missed practice, the starting later in the week and then the travel day. Yet, they were ahead 21-3 at halftime. They wore down. They wore down. I admit it. They wore down. Still, they should have won the game. Buffalo won the game on their last offensive play, on a blown coverage. And as far as Ryan...
Fourth down with 18 seconds left.
Yeah, right. As far as Ryan Fitzpatrick, is he going to Canton? No, unless it's a vacation. But he's actually been, since the second half of last season, one of your better quarterbacks in the NFL. He's not that bad.
Better than Sanchez?
I don't know, Marco. Sanchez is young. He's got a lot of potential. But right now, Fitzpatrick is playing better.
Jason Campbell, can he do that again?
Well, Jason Campbell has the best weapon in Darren McFadden. I think he's a tremendous running back. And the Raiders uncovered a very good wide receiver, this Denarius Moore. Where did he come from? He looked really good. And he's a guy that could be a factor, because I have not liked Oakland's wide receivers. Marco, I'm not telling you Oakland is a better team than the Jets. They're not. I'm saying in this spot, the way these teams have played, Oakland can stay in this number. They can hang in all the way to the end. They can hang in here.
How about motivation for Sanchez coming back to, playing the Coliseum?
Well, it's been a few years now. I think that's a very minor storyline. And if anything, he'll be out with babes, so it might hurt his concentration.
Might help too. He might get his groove back, maybe. We're going to disagree. I'm going to go with the Jets. I've got the Jets winning 21-16. Line is 3.5 in this game. I think the Jets are more than 3.5 points better than this Raider team, and I think the Raiders, everything you said, it was a bad situation for them. Maybe we'll see the effects of it this week.
Well, now the Raiders are home. This is their home opener. They have no excuses, I think they hang in there all the way. Maybe the Jets steal it at the end. I'll call it Jets 21, Raiders 20. Raiders get the cover.
Okay. I'll give you a chance. I'm going to do it on air. I'll give you a chance. Do you want to put a lunch on this one, or you want to save it for another game?
Let me think about it.
All right, okay. All right, there you have it. That's our first game. I'm on the Jets. Stephen's on the Raiders. We'll see who's right next week for bragging rights. We're going to come back, and when we come back, I have an idea where you're going to be in this one. We're going to talk Green Bay at Chicago, rematch from last year's NFC Championship game. We'll be right back.